Hello, this is GenXPCGamerGuy, and in this video, it's kind of an ad hoc video, it is No Man's Sky again. My return to this game since I quit it back in 2016 for various reasons, which I'll probably go through at some point. Let me hit play game here. I have two saves, one I borrowed to go to my friend's multiplayer, and then the one I've been doing. I've only been back for 52 hours, 53 hours it looks like. I'm going to try to remember everything I could about when I first played and the reasons I quit. I remember being promised that this game was... you explore places nobody's ever been, you get credit for it, never likely to meet another person. Little did I know at the time there wasn't much to the game. Their statement isn't exactly true, you know, not likely to meet other people. Guess we all started out in the same galaxy. At the time I remember I had a couple items I discovered. So I'm playing the PC version right now. Originally I had the PS4 version, which I bought in July of 2016. My memories are all from that version. I don't remember the backpack being like that little eye in the back there on the left of it. I do remember being planets similar to this. This might be improvement in the graphic. Again, it was PS4 back in 2016, so I have no doubt it's a better graphical looking game. If I remember right, you start out with one ship. There was no base building. One of the reasons I quit, not because it wasn't visually impressive, there was bugs. And if I remember, there was a cheat, a money cheat, and I said that was the end of it. I tried the money cheat back then. I proved that it worked, and I was like, okay. The game didn't offer much at the time. It was, you know, look around, explore. You only have what's in your backpack, your exosuit. Now, this is the modern version of the game, so this is not the same as back then. You basically had whatever's in this pack and whatever was in your starship and whatever money you had at the time. Things are slightly different now. There's something called Quicksilver here. Nanites. I don't remember if nanites existed at the time. Let's assume they did. At the moment, they're an important part to this game. So 50 hours in. I don't have every detail of the game going. I do have my starship here. I've had it in combat. One of the new things to the game to me was base building. Now, this is my very first planet, my very first base. I've added on to it a little bit since then. This is also new to me, vehicles. Vehicles are interesting. So this is my first vehicle. Go into the vehicle. It's kind of cool. I've got options for the vehicle. Improvement in the beams. I can mine with the beam weapon. Or, let's see. You can look for mineral deposits, other things, and gather them up. Now, what's weird about the vehicles, if you run into things, they just disappear, like a lot of items. In this case, you don't get any benefit of that. Unless you're clearing your way, I mean, this is the only way to, like, make money unless you get out. This is neat. Not everything about the game, so I've tried out these vehicles. Do you have landing pads? I don't remember if there were in the game before, because no, there weren't any, because you couldn't build the base. And this starting planet has a lot of flora and fauna, and guys flying overhead, and I was able to find various items like ancient sites, things of that nature. Now that we get to build a base, we can also build a portal. I don't think portals were available at the time of the game. We had to fly everywhere distinctly, and what we flew to in a particular system was a space station. Go to a space station in this system, just for nostalgia purposes. I know it is different than what it used to be. This is not how the stations used to be. Now, this fly-in part to the station here, yeah, the game used to have this part. I don't remember if that thing back there existed. One of the interesting parts is, once you get used to this game after a little while, like I said, I'm 50 hours in, it seems like every station's layout is exactly the same. So there's the fly-in place, you've got the guy here who does the cartography. You can go to him and trade in, exchange for different kinds of charts. Secret, emergency, commercial, alien, specialties, encrypted navigation charts. You can sell your own if you have any, but you can sell other things to this guy, apparently, not just charts. And then you had other things like whoever this envoy is. Right now he doesn't talk to me. Mission agents, they set up missions. This is the Galactic Trade Terminal where you can buy and trade things. Now, that existed in some form in the old game. I remember that. And yeah, things are landing here. But I already noticed in this game, if the things are pretty large, they will clip the side walls here. I mean, the game isn't perfect in that sense. You know, you'll see a vehicle fly right through the side here. This guy sells scrap and other interesting things. Dealer. Acquire coordinates, 5 million units. Ask what they are selling. New places to store can be revealed for a price. Abandoned wrecks, things like that. Not going to do anything right now. And over here seems to be your multi-tool upgrade. Call it a weapons terminal. Here you can add more slots and improve the class of the thing. This guy sells technology for the multi-tools. This is where those nanites come into effect. These modules, if you install, come in different classes. C is the lowest, and then they improve. A is okay. B is the next from C. A is next, and S is the best. You've got improvement for your starship. You've got improvement for the exocrafts. You've got improvement for your exosuits. And in every system you visit, Space Station will give you an option to add a slot to your exosuit. Now over here you can change your appearance. That's new. You can just change whatever you want, like your boots, dark pink, whatever, red. Make it red, red. Rotate camera, exit. Yes, I want to keep it. So now I've got red boots and a blue top. Here you can add slot, improve your starship, upgrade starship. Here's how you improve it. If you had augmentation or you purchase more storage, next one's 8 million units. Or you can trade in nanites. And there's usually NPCs walking around. That's not changed. So it's a space station. It's a different layout based on all the added stuff since the last game. No vehicles before. I mean, no, exo vehicles. No exocrafts and exosuits. I vaguely remember how to improve them. It wasn't that great of a system before. This is an improvement. In the station here, I noticed the game has a lot of incomplete functions to certain things, and here's the first one I noticed, and with the help of a friend, it's like this, Station Core. It's here. Life support systems are partial off monitoring online, efficiency, all this stuff. There's two options here. Input cost override code and restore standing. Nobody knows what those do as far as I can tell. So this is the station. Well, this is one kind of station. There's an anomaly station. If I go over to... The only way to bring up the anomaly is to go to your ship. Don't get hit by other ships. We'll fly a bit. So I remember this, launching in and out of stations. And in the prior game, yeah, you could mine by hitting things. There, I got tritium. There used to be starships out there, or other things out there. They seem to have changed it in a way. Here's a nearby planet. This layout again isn't hyper realistic. Here's binary suns. All the planets seem to be on this side of the sun, so you got planet, 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 or moon. But they're all just near each other. They're all not that far away from each other, not like a real solar system. Even though if you go to the galactic map, it says the system. The system has orbiting planets. It's not the way it's portrayed when you go into the system. I'm used to other games like Elite Dangerous, where it actually is a solar system, things like that. I didn't know anything about Elite Dangerous before I played in 2016, so I'm just comparing myself to what was there before. Again, the goal seems to be go back into game, your objectives. Gotta recover some stuff along among the stars. Right now I'm in the middle of placing some beacons. A couple other things to show you that are different from the prior version of the game. There's the station. I don't remember seeing that station. I think that was the base that I showed you originally here. For the moment, we're gonna bring up something that was completely surprised me in the game. I brought up this, I went over to here, I was like, what the hell is this? And I selected it one time. I'm like, ooh, interesting. There's this anomaly you can summon in almost every system under every condition. And I was like, what the heck is this? So you just enter it like a standard station. It autopilots you in. Oh look, this is new. And before this, I didn't watch any YouTube videos, so I wanted to be totally surprised about what to find here. I had a friend who played NMS a lot. He gave me a couple things that he used to go on exploration missions and things like that, and he'd mention it. So here I am at this space station. I don't know what anything is right now, so I go here. It's called the Nexus. Apparently, these are missions. Complete missions with other travelers to assist in. These are all these kinds of missions. I didn't try any of these yet. This guy is to trade in the Quicksilver. I've got 150 Quicksilver, and there's all this stuff. But one of the options I saw there I haven't tried recently, so let's try again. Collect expedition rewards. I didn't go on any expeditions, so apparently this is just unique items depending on what expedition you go on, and you get things. I'll have to try that. You know, there's NPCs. These guys don't do anything for me. I don't know who they are exactly. This guy hands out for unique items. He'll hand out give data. So in this case, he was interested in the creature data I had. Receive 200 nanites. This guy is more interested in nothing right now. And then this guy is like a chef. I haven't really dealt with the food guy before, so I presented him with some carbon nanotubes I have. Handed it to him to eat. That's gross. Alright, don't know what that means. Here apparently is an egg sequencer. Check input. Yeah, I have no idea. Guess it's to customize some items out there. And then I discovered this ramp. Talk to the gentlemen or creatures here. Gentlemen, ladies, creatures. And at the moment, they don't need anything from me. Apparently, you send them on missions. Black holes, information. Now, because of all the new items, this station's complete. This anomalous station's completely new to me. There are these researchers that allow you to upgrade your items if you trade in nanobots or other items. This is exocraft updates. I've already done a lot of them, and these require nanite clusters. Depending on the type of vehicle, a Minotaur, just normal, and then there's a submarine out here. I haven't tried any of that. There's a synthesis laboratory. I've got most of this down pat now. This is for creating parts, other value products out there. This is multi-tool research. I've used it. Haven't upgraded too much of my multi-tool yet. Enough, it's useful. And here's where you can trade in your multi-tool or buy a new one. For exosuit, you can buy a slot if it's a new system. Here you can buy all the trade-in nanites for upgrades to your that you can make. Here is for building, crafting, or construction. You can build items that you can put for bases. I've already started in certain areas. Finding the salvage data takes a while. Most of the time it's buried. I have built enough to actually build useful bases in some places. Here's the transport modules you can install on the base. This is a summoning station, so if you have any of these other ones anywhere in the system, you can summon them to you. I haven't built the Nomad. I have a Minotaur. I haven't done the submarine yet. Pilgrim, no, but I built the Colossus. Not interested in the race yet. Other things you could do at this station. Can build your storage, and they're numbered. Primitive shapes. Different kinds of roofing for alloy structures, stone roofing, stone structures, timber roofing, timber structures. Agricultural modules, I haven't even done any of that. The industrial models, there's wiring, biofuel reactors, mineral extractors, wall switches, you name it. This part is nearly complete. Illumination, obviously, and then more decorative items. Interesting. And over here is the Starship Researcher. I've researched most of these items. I still have a couple items to go. I just can't fit them on the ship, otherwise I would have researched them by now. That's a little bit more about the station. Obviously I'm missing a lot, but again, this is something new to me. First I thought it was neat. I'm used to it now. There's some odds and ends back here that I have no idea how useful they will be. Come back here. It's not any use to me right now. Here's the teleporter. A couple of the other new items. Let's go to my bases here. I ended up buying a freighter in the time I've played, and I have a settlement. Now I've got issues with both of these. Start with the settlement. Every time you warp into a settlement, in this case, I've noticed, and other people have told me this, is you end up with a sentinel attack. Whether or not your system was ready for a sentinel attack, or the settlement says your percentage of sentinel attack was large. Every time. Doesn't matter. If I walk away, come back, there it is, the sentinel attack. And now I'm forced to fight this sentinel attack. I'm going to try to ignore them as long as I can. If I can. Yeah, that was good ignoring them. Let's see, change weapons. I was able, as part of the settlement manager, is to build a couple trade posts. Your job is to improve the place. It's hard to do that once constant attack. And for a while there, I wasn't focused on building weapons or anything. Here's my pad. I'm just going to hit save real quick. I added this to here. Here's another teleport. Settlement administrators. In this case, a policy. Right now, I have negative things. Either removes pungent food cannery, adds maintenance lab, adds. We're close to breakthrough. Can't agree which to prioritize. Shall we invest in overhaul our maintenance systems or direct research towards bolstering our anti-sentinel systems? That doesn't seem to matter right now, so I'm just going to go research additional facilities. Let me review the status. Overall, the citizens were started really low happiness. It's building up. Productivity was lower than the maintenance, so this was all negative. Right now, because productivity is positive, we generate some items. The last item, we just fixed one of the items here. The food place. Right now, what's left is reduce citizens get rid of this atmosphere of suspicion. That would be the goal of the settlement. But again, every time I come to the settlement, the sentinels are here. I think that's annoying. I don't think that should be always present. It should be based on the percentages that was at the time. Sentinel alert level 0%. It's like, why are they here? Yeah, there's a bug in this. That part can be annoying. So if we go on to the next part, let's go to my freighter. My friend showed me this first. He showed me, I had a couple questions for him, and he showed me a couple things that I didn't understand before. Again, yeah, the original No Man's Sky had none of these last couple items. Beyond, like, repetitiveness and nothing to do in the other game, there seems to be plenty to do in this game. Although some of it seems very buggy. So this is the ship. Freighter, so you can upgrade, research things to upgrade. I just haven't salvaged any frigate modules yet. Here's the warp map for the frigate. This is the system we're in, and I mean, I guess we could warp anywhere we want right now. Manage fleet. I started out with one ship. I have now 5. I've only used the science vessel. I'm trying to remember. I think it's this guy, CV3. He's upgraded from 1 dot to 2. You can put them on missions by this guy. See what's available. Oh, I've got a... So I can't send any more on a mission until I go to where that's flashing right now. Debrief. The prior mission needs to be debriefed. You gotta debrief the commander. Tells you everything that happened on the mission. I think I got discovery data worth money, more money. That was the end of the expedition. That's the debrief area. I think that was there originally. Go back to him now. There's a trade. I only have 1 trade ship. Voyage discovery. Could do that one. So assign ships. I can send that one, and that one. Launch expedition. Should have enough fuel for that on board. So they're headed out. My friend has an older carrier, and the areas that he could build were different style. This is like the current style, or what I can build. The only thing I've been able to build so far is this large refiner and a storage area. This large refiner is kind of cool. If you have the right formula, you put it in here, and you get the output. With 3, put nanites in there, so you can build nanites from many 3 item formulas. The one thing I didn't get stationed yet is over here is a science terminal, and I've been trying to find a science officer. This is neat. Not in the original game. Galactic terminal if I want to sell some stuff, make some money. So right now I'm under 30 million. I just found a bubble cluster, 1 for 1,000. I can find a lot of those, but I think I'm going to research that. Let's see. I have a couple bases in which I am producing silver and copper, and both of them are valuable items, so I'm not worried about money anymore. This is the freighter. I mean, you can walk outside, or you can walk to your hangar decks. Notice there's a ship on fire, not a ship on fire, ship smoking. I wonder if there's a ship over there smoking. There's my current good ship. I found all these ships in the meantime, and I haven't repaired them yet. Eventually I'll get to them. What I mean by that is if I try to go to this ship, I don't remember the prior game I was allowed to have more than one ship. I think this is an improvement in a way. But look, this ship is so heavily damaged. It's not one I really need to worry about right now. They're all parked here on the carrier. Let's go to my good ship before anything else here. Here we go. I have not upgraded this carrier much at all. Should be good to go. Guess we're waiting for somebody to leave. Let's try again. There we go. There's my freighter. I sent out 3 ships. There's one of the ships that are left. It's kind of a neat concept. So I'm going to go to a local space station if I don't keep being a drunk driver here. Here we go. I'm talking from the perspective of, has this game changed or improved, or would I recommend it? I'll give my ideas in a couple of minutes. The last couple of items I want to go through is I'm just going to use this place as a teleporter right now. Let's teleport. Some of the items you can teleport to other people's bases. These, I guess, are public bases. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases other than the freighter or carrier or whatever you want to call it, and then the settlement. From my friend's point of view, you can only have one of each of these, so that's fine. I'm just learning. If I go to my, I go to this base. Again, teleport didn't exist in the prior game. It's interesting. It's definitely a different style of game from what it was before. I wouldn't call it a cheat. There's a lot of games that I don't like teleporting in. And for this style of game so far, this is not sci-fi. This is more like just fantasy. Not science fiction, science fantasy. This is a very profitable base right now. It's set up, storing 18,000 silver. It's worth 3.3 million units on the open market. Let's just transfer it so that it can continue filling. This base also sitting near a uranium pile. With this autonomous mining unit, you give it some power. It just goes to town. Oops, don't shoot the autonomous man unit. Just gonna keep mining to up the 250 units. To keep this all going here, there's a couple options power-wise I can build. Solar panels, which you see out there, or electromagnetic generator. Now, you just can't place an electromagnetic generator anywhere. What's neat about this version of the game, you go to your tool, and you can do a power survey. Right now, there's no hot spots that I can build that electromagnetic generator at. However, if I go one more step, Mineral surveys. We're approximating the hotspot, obviously, since I built here. Right now it doesn't tell you. That's one bad part about the game. Since this was already a defined hotspot, why doesn't it just tell me I've already analyzed it? But no, I gotta do it again. It's silver. It's pretty good density, 72%, max density 80%, so if you move on a little bit, you can get up to 80%. That's why I decided to build the silver part here. I'll just keep expanding this so that the longer I'm away, the more it gets filled. Here's one of those stations that allow me, because I have other exocraft. I have another base in this system, so I can summon vehicles. Summon an exocraft, and I can summon either, you know, the standard rover. I have a Colossus somewhere else, or I can summon the Minotaur power suit. Kind of cool, and they don't have to have those actual pads here. Just it has to be somewhere in the system. That's neat, like that. As to the worlds, they're pretty colorful. Like this one's full of these weird objects, and it's greenish. And if we were to not summon the vehicle, let's try this again. Let's go back to analyze mode. You've got flying creatures. You've got my settlements off planet. Got another base off planet. Obviously there must be a planet over there. You've got different things identified. You know, the uranium deposits that's just sitting off the side of my base there. What I noticed on each planet is you end up with roughly the same thing. You have the flora and fauna. I mean, they're all very interesting looking, but they're all pretty tame for the most part. Some of the dangerous plant life seems to be the same on every planet. There's some deuterium-rich plant life. No, let's not shoot. So mining beam, you can mine this stuff and get the minerals. That's pretty standard from when I played the game originally. It's colorful. In this case, the planet's kind of radioactive. There's different things wrong with the planets that if you're not protected will cause you harm. Toxic planets, cold planets, warm planets. So in a sense, there's more to do, more to see.
Radiation protection falling.
The patterns of the things you see. And obviously, since I'm only 50 hours in the game, I just can't. Let's go to like an icy planet. Bottom line is, after spending the last 6.5 years not playing the game, and for my reasons, the game was broke at the time. It wasn't what I expected. How is this game better? And how is the game... Oh, I went back to the same place, didn't I? Well, I haven't been improved in 6.5 years. Let's try this again. I want, and it even said current location. I want to go to the ice planet. Let's say my base is... Oh, I didn't make a picture of it. Let's guess. Wintry. That would be a good clue. I haven't improved in 6.5 years, apparently. I need to wrap this video up because I really didn't intend to spend that much time on it. Bottom line is, some of the things from the original game, or a lot of things from the original game, are still there. You go to these planets. They're all different types. In this case, it's cold, plant life. even though it looks different, it's all the same types. Like there's ground stuff, go underneath the caverns, there's hanging ones. It's interesting, you know, there's all different types, but it's the same thing. There's just, you go to these planets, they're the same thing. Like this system. This tool is actually good. The system itself, there's only these things which it characterizes as important, these objects. Nothing about the sun other than maybe the color of it. There's nothing. It seems very plain. When I originally played the game, I came into the game thinking, okay, I've never explored this before, but there seems to be an awful lot of things that are already here, like artifacts, other aliens, and things like that, no matter where I go. If you fly any distance from this place, you end up finding settlements, no matter where I went. The density of the settlements may vary a little bit. There seems to be something everywhere. When I first learned about the game and what enticed me is like, we're going to be the first ones there. Okay, what does that mean? Is there an area of the galaxy that none of these guys would be there or anything like that? But no. I mean, again, I am not the 1,000-hour player of this game. I have certain prejudices coming in. I did play it before and I got annoyed by it. Apparently, they've added a lot to the game, but again, it seems like busy work at this point. Base building's fine. You need places to store your stuff, but the teleporters? You build the base halfway across the galaxy and you just teleport back and forth? That's not really a challenge. Again, this is like science fantasy, so I guess it fits. Including the style of all this flora, fauna, the planets being right there. Where's the mega Death Star here to shoot beams at all these planets at once so I can stand on one and watch all the other ones die? Is more of a recent analogy, I would say. It's like, yeah, it's not my thing. But it is still an improvement. Had the game come out like this in the beginning, I would say, you know what? There's probably a lot here that keep me going and interested to explore versus just, if I remember, a lot of the people played the first game just headed to the center of the galaxy to discover that, spoilers, all you end up is at another galaxy. And then another galaxy, and then another galaxy, and another galaxy. I know the game's huge. I mean, the math of it explains that this is probably the largest game in terms of items, like places to explore. It doesn't make any sense. Like, if I visit, I won't even say another game, if it's like the Milky Way galaxy, the humans are in one spot. When I actually go further and further away from the humans, there are less and less things that describe humans. And then you are truly either the first anything sentient being or otherwise there. And it's kind of neat to discover things that nobody else has discovered. Now, artifacts are also cool to discover, but like this seems to be, the whole galaxy's obviously been populated and deal with the world that you are given in that terms versus the one you wanted. And that's the way I would describe No Man's Sky right now. It's space fantasy. If you're looking for sci-fi, no, this isn't sci-fi. I guess it depends who you are, whether this game is what you want to play or not. Again, this is off the top of my head. I felt like I had to play enough of the game to give it a first impression. I invested this round 50 some hours. Last time I think I invested 100, maybe more hours. It was a little more difficult. You didn't get teleporters to go everywhere. You had to do things manually. I guess that can be tedious. if you're not really interested in that, now I have to admit there's been a lot of cool things to find and surprises, but it's like the same. Some of it has been the same thing in different places, just with a different facade. Good job, No Man's Sky. Hello Games, improving the game. I wish this was the game you had in the beginning. It's still, for me, the fundamental. It isn't sci-fi enough for me. If this is your thing, it's your thing. I'm going to end my video here. I know I've been long-winded on this. However, I will say one thing. I have an ultimate game. I mean, I can bitch and whine about games, and I should be able to give what I want. I do have a concept that I'm working on, which is a combination of No Man's Sky, Astroneer, X4, and Elite Dangerous. And maybe Star Citizen. Star Citizen seems a little too flashy, but not a lot there in the exploration. You don't have much to explore. Yeah, for example, in the original game, this platform, or plenty of these platforms on places that supposedly you've never visited, never been explored. Original 2016 concept of the game, kind of disappointing. If this is just science fantasy, yeah, okay. I'm not going to rate the game, but for me, yeah, okay. This is a game, if I'm in the mood, I can play it. Would I play it hard or often? No. This isn't something I would do for more than, like I did this round, 50 some hours and then quit it for a while. I'd like to see more improvements, see what they do, maybe go on an expedition with a friend. Oh, I did do multiplayer before, and the multiplayer was cool. That wasn't available in the game at the time either. That was one of those things that we thought would happen, is we'd end up meeting our friends sometime in the future. Apparently you have to join those kind of games. The only problem I had with the multiplayer when I joined it with my friend, it took forever. He's been in the game 1,000 hours or more. It took forever to load his bases. Literally, he asked me why they didn't land on a pad. I went through the pad that was supposedly there to land on the ground. Eventually, it all loaded, like 5-10 minutes. It was fine. I could take a tour, and I saw all his stuff. Again, the multiplayer for me didn't work. I have a high-end system, so maybe his system needed to be more high-end, or our network connection needed to be better. The multiplayer is decent. I mean, what I experienced a couple weeks ago was there present at the time the game was launched, yeah, this game would have been considered awesome. Again, at the time it was disappointed. I doubt you got a significant percentage of those old players back. Me, I'm holding up hope for the game. I have hope for other games too. And like I said, a combo game I wish somebody could make without getting in trouble. I am GenXPCGamerGuy, and thank you for watching my video about No Man's Sky again. And maybe again. Bye.